We're here with attorney Licia Gay, and I have 3 questions to ask her because I think all of us on social media need those answers. And not just on social media, but in our business lives. Because I want to make money, but I don't want to be foolish in my pursuit to make money. Alright, so the 3 questions. As individuals or businesses on social media and in general, what do you think are 3 things that we need to know that is marketing and legally related as it relates to growing ourselves and our businesses?
Alright, I'm not sure if I'm going to answer as it relates to growing yourself immediately, but as a business, let's start there. There are lots of persons who create a business that's online, but it's not really a registered business. So one of the important things that you need that business at the company's office as well, because the law says really that you should register every business, and one day our tax people might actually get savvy and smart, and if they would do an audit of social media they would actually find tons of businesses that are operating which I know aren't registered at the company's office. So that's one thing for you to consider. So some people are running afoul of the law. A second thing I would like, especially businesses, to consider online is how you use other people's image. So one of the things I was saying in the session that I did earlier is that I noticed that a lot of new businesses, for example, if I come into your store and I buy a dress and I wear it somewhere and I post a picture on my social media page, by tomorrow the store has copied the dress, they post it on their page, and they go, oh, Licia Gay wearing our dress.
Oh, yes.
No, you are literally a business. You're using my image to advertise your product, and you're not paying me for it. A lot of time you haven't even asked me for consent. Sometimes I'm not even tagged. It's somebody who sent me a picture and say, hey, look at you. No. In real life, before we had social media, when an advertising agency wanted to use somebody to advertise their products, just like how you have to pay Usain Bolt or any other else that you use money, you have to think that that person has the right to tell you to take down the picture. Because I shop with you don't necessarily mean that I want to endorse your product publicly. And when you post me, you are suggesting that I am endorsing your products publicly. So they need to think about that, because I know nowadays people just repost it and they just share it, and they are using other people. So they have to be careful.
But as it relates to me posting someone's picture, say for example you wore something that were design, right? And I'm not a bold, because we feel that bold is big and he's famous. So his image and his rights should be protected.
But everybody has their image and their brand and their rights, and you have your right. You very much are entitled to protecting your rights, as much as Bolt is entitled to protecting his rights. Now, what would be safe for you to do? And most people aren't going to object. I mean, I've never told anybody who has reposted my photo advertising their brand to take it down, but as common courtesy, what you really should do is call your customer, or while your customer is purchasing, tell them that, look, I'm gonna want to use your photo for social media. So when you take the dress or when you wear the dress, is it okay for me to repost it? As a matter of fact, you can go as far as having a display release form and have your and that's a legal consideration. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but at least somebody saying, I give you permission to use my photo, so that in the future, if somebody, because if they decide to sue you, it's a real tangible lawsuit.
Wow,
I know there are people who are probably laughing and going, Lord, after you and nobody, but it's my image. And if I want to post it for my page, it don't mean that I want a store to advertise me. Exactly. So they have to consider that as an important part of how they're using it. I would say get a nice release form and ask your customers. Most customers are more than happy to say, of course, sure, and share it. And then remember, suppose I only have my 200 followers, my page is private, so I am very controlled in who is seeing my page in my head. But your store is an open page. When you post it, the whole world probably has access to it. I didn't give you permission to do that. So that's something I think a lot of people don't think about, that they should think about. Third thing is, for business pages, I think you need to be interactive, engaging. There are some business pages, for example, people who sell maybe clothes or shoes, the only thing I see on it is you posting shoes, and there is no interaction with the customer. Some persons just flyer after flyer after flyer. Remember, that kind of advertising really doesn't work anymore. So I want to see real life bodies, people wearing it, engaging me. You can give me trivia questions, you know, switch it up a bit and make it a page, because that's why people go to social media. You want to keep the people involved in what you're doing. So because you sell clothes or shoes doesn't mean that every single post have to be a photo of a model posing or so on. You can, and people love to be insiders too, so you can give me a behind the scenes shoot of when you're actually doing the shoot.
Yeah.
Show us what's happening. Maybe you can do that as an Insta story. You can give us tidbits of where the shoes is from, just things that are fun facts that I wouldn't get anywhere else, but that will keep me interested in your page. So I always tell people, make the page more than just a straight business page, make it, and even you, the person behind the business, if I connect with you, as you know, will shop with you.
Yeah.
So if I feel like you're my friend and I know what's going on, I'll connect with you. Doesn't mean that you must, because there is a line to cross. I don't want to see all of your personal thing on the page, but tell me about yourself, about your business, why you decided to go that route, and maybe that's a part of the story that will help me to buy from you and to buy into you. So make it a very interactive and organic page, and I'm sure that that will reach out and connect to your customers. So that's more from a strictly marketing end, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much
Awesome.
it.
Thank you very much for
Thank
giving
you.
us your time. Really appreciate it. It was very insightful. I did not even think about the fact that, you know, using a regular person's image
It's just as valuable.
is just as valuable and cause as much problems as
Yes, it can, if that person. And most people won't object to you using it. But I mean, imagine if you just see somebody post something without asking your permission, as opposed to if they had just said, you
Yeah.
know, I'm going to want to use it.
Yeah.
And they're using you to sell their brand, so it should. It should. It's not because you're not a famous athlete or a runner or a singer, whatever it is. You're still entitled to your brand, your right, and your image. So yes.